Pop, you've been on a roll of late, double figures in the last 4 games. Had a really nice game of the day. What do you credit, or how do you explain that? The spike in your offensive output over the last few
Um,
weeks.
yeah, being sure in my role, just going out there with the mindset, just being aggressive to make plays. Uh, Probably got my legs under me a little more as well. So there's probably a multitude of things that go into that, but I mean, I feel really good. I could credit a multitude of things, but probably just being more sure in my role and being more sure about myself and just going out there with a mindset of just being aggressive. So.
You'd kind of touched on that the last time we talked with you about how you'd kind of embraced being coming off the bench. Just at what point earlier this season did you feel like you reached that level of comfortability that you've kind of been able to open up your game and play so well?
It took a few games for sure. I probably haven't come off the bench since the 6th or 7th grade. Like, so it was, you know what I mean? Like, it was just it was some adjustment to make on that end. Just the approach of everything, how to approach the warm up, but it was just different. But overall, I'm comfortable with it and I feel good about it. So.
Did you have any conversation with, say, Bucky or a different coach or a teammate about that gave you some comfort level at all? Or
Nah, just did it myself, honestly.
What was those moments like between at the end of the game when the shot fell and waiting for the review to happen? What were those moments like for you and the guys you were standing around?
Yeah, it at first it sucked. We thought we lost the game. Shoot. But we thought the ball didn't. We kind of like just looking at it. It looked like he didn't get it off in time, but we weren't sure. We were on the road. Calls were kind of going against us the whole game in a way, so we weren't expect. At least I didn't expect the call to get reversed. It got reversed. We were happy because honestly we deserved to win that game. We did everything we should have did to win that game. So I was glad our team was able to, or that call got reversed and we were able to walk out of there with a win.
How hard is it to intentionally miss a free throw?
Yeah, I should have just shot the ball regularly and missed it on that occasion right there. Me and Bucky talked about that. But shoot, I don't know. I'm obviously not hard right now. I'm shooting bad from the line right now. I'm typically a better free throw shooter than this. I'll get it together, but I don't know. I gotta do a better job in that situation of putting ourselves in the miss where it's more clear because the ball did hit the rim, but I guess I got to make it more clear to where it did hit the rim so the ref doesn't even have to blow the whistle to put them in the situation where they're on the sideline taking it out with .6. So
Y'all have won, I think it's 10 out of 11. Um, in your opinion, why do you think you are, so successful, and how do you keep it going?
I just honestly think we're gelling as a team. As the time goes on, the practices go on, the more games are being played. Guys are getting more comfortable in their roles. And we're just gelling as a team. That's what happens when when the season goes on and time goes on, things kind of start to come together. And I feel like, we have a really good group of unselfish guys that are, buying into their roles and, what it takes to be successful to this team. So just got to keep, coming in with a mindset of getting better every day. Because we aren't the most talented team in this league. We know that it's going to take a certain effort level for us to win on a night in and night out basis. So just got to keep coming in with the mindset to get better every day, and I think we'll be good.
You talk about that mindset and you talk about the effort. You guys' playing style we know is unique. Do you see it kind of just waning on teams in the second half? Obviously, you guys have found runs and 31-6 runs and stuff. So do you see that really working out for you guys?
Yeah, 1,000%. If we made I think it was an 8-0 run in like 30 seconds. So it for sure weighs on teams in the second half. You could feel it when you're out there, just the fatigue of the other team. That's the biggest thing. It's the fatigue level. We kind of practicing that every day and practicing chaos every day. So we're used to playing at that speed and playing up and down. So whenever other teams want to do it with us, it's almost just it's fun. So.
And you talked about last time we spoke to you that you and Ruben had to make a more asserted effort to be active in the boards, right? And getting more rebounds. You guys are the top 3 in both metrics in the conference. Have you seen that kind of asserted effort kind of translate on the court for you guys?
Yeah, 1,000%. For sure. I think the first 2 games of conference, we've done a really good job of just playing hard, out efforting our opponents especially. But we know, with some of these teams we're going to play, it's going to be even much more of a size difference. We're going to have to play even harder in those games. So, just got to keep getting better and honing in on those things.
So you guys maybe had a chance to go back and watch the film from the Auburn game, or maybe some of the things when you watched that, when y'all went on like that 31-6 run that, you can pick apart and say, all right, these are the things that y'all did really well that, you can maybe expand upon to try and play at a level like that throughout a course of the game.
If you kind of pay attention, I don't think like anything really like changed from the course of the beginning of the game to when we made that run. Like we were playing hard, and we were playing the way, that we wanted to play. We were getting looks that we wanted to get. Shots just weren't falling at the time. And our half court defense was a little loose in the first half, and it was kind of loose throughout the whole game. And our, transition defense kind of helped pick up for that. But I honestly think just, with the effort level throughout the whole game, like we knew like it was kind of some things like that was like, things like this happen in basketball where it was just everything was kind of going their way for a few minutes at a time. And nothing was going our way, but we were still playing hard and sticking with doing everything we do. So we kind of knew if we just kept playing hard, good things were going to happen for us, and that's what ended up happening. So.
What'd you maybe learn about your team that you guys were down 16 with like 13 minutes to go and had the ability to come back and win a game like that?
We came back against SMU too. I forgot what we were down in that game. I had a bad turnover at the end of that game that kind of cost us that game, but we kind of knew just with the way we play, like we're not ever out of a game, especially with the speed of the game. We don't really look at the clock while we're out there playing. So, it obviously shows like we have a certain level of toughness and heart, but we knew we were capable of that. I think we would like to do a better job of not getting ourselves in that position next time, but proud of our team for sure being able to do that.
What do you want to see in tomorrow's game?
They have two really good guards. They're a really good team, honestly. So we just gotta go out there, stick to our game plan. Really pay attention to the scout this game because that's really important. Just go out there with a certain effort level. I think the biggest thing with us is just sticking to our identity, which is playing hard and just being tougher. I feel like if we could do that, we'll have a really good shot tomorrow's game.
How would you describe that identity?
Being tough. Not even necessarily like being tough, because it could be it could be fake tough out there. Just playing hard, like, and playing for the guy next to you. I feel like is the best way to describe it. Playing full court and playing fast the way we do, like not everybody is built for that. You have to be in a certain level of shape, be built a certain way to be able to do that. And I just feel like our mindset of just playing hard, knowing we're smaller out there, maybe not as talented as some other teams. I feel like we got a group of guys that just wants to win so bad that we're willing to do those things. So.
This guy from Alabama, just how crazy was that game for you? Just playing at Auburn and coming out with a win like that?
That was definitely crazy. I knew it was going to be a crazy game just because we're going back to the city and we're from Alabama, so I knew it was going to be a dogfight. It was a good win for us because we started off 1-0. That game was definitely going to set the tone for the rest of the season. That momentum, so it was definitely good getting out of there, going 2-0.
Did you have some family be able to drive down and make that game?
Yeah, I had so many people there. It was unreal.
What were those moments like from when the shot went in to when the video review came in, just with you and the guys who were standing around?
Yeah, I was definitely surprised like he made that shot. That was a crazy shot. But once it went in, my heart kind of dropped. But once I seen the refs going to the table and they reviewed it, and I was like, it was 0.6 seconds, no way he got that off. So, man, just sharing those moments with my teammates and seeing the joy on everybody's face, man, that means a lot to the team.
2 games in a row that have kind of come down to the wire in conference play. How equipped now do you feel like y'all are to succeed in those and kind of expect that in this league?
Yeah, it's conference play. Every game we're not expecting to be. We're not expecting like blowouts. Obviously, we want them, but it's conference play, so every game's gonna come down to the wire. And we had multiple games where it came down to the wire where we didn't execute, like the SMU game, UCF game. But every game is a lesson we learn from, and we just move on to the next.
What have you seen from Pop these last few weeks, where maybe he started to settle into his role and started to flourish in some ways?
I think it's just him just getting a rhythm. Pop always been a hell of a player, man. And I'm just happy that he's actually playing his game now, and that helps this team a lot. So him just finding that rhythm.
He's playing his game. What are maybe some words you'd use to describe him as a player?
Relentless, he fearless, and he live up to those moments.
You're 2 games into SEC play, wins by a total of 5 points. Is this kind of style of play just everything you thought it was going to be when you entered it?
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. This is probably my favorite system that I ever played in. I ain't imagined that it was gonna be like this, man. But man, this style of play, like it definitely fits. It definitely fits my game. It helps me as a player.
What's the biggest difference you've seen in the defense?
Us just being the more grittier team, just wanting it more. Earlier in the year we wasn't applying pressure in the full court. Coach said we was kind of like coasting back with the players, but now that we as we went on in the season, we're starting to pressure the ball, force turns and force turnovers and stuff like that.
Obviously, it was a big swing of emotion. You guys had lost to finally let you win. What was the message from Bucky in the locker room? It seemed like there was a lot of emotion involved in that locker room there.
Yeah, I mean when we went down 16, it was just the message was just stay calm, stay focused, stay calm and collected, and that's what we did. We knew the game wasn't over. As long as we played our ball and lived up to our standard, we knew we were in the game.
How much did maybe learning lessons in the losses to like SMU or even Central Florida maybe have helped you guys these last 2 games kind of get over the hump and be able to come out on the winning side of some close games?
I say just going back and watching film, see what we did wrong in those games, and in practice when we got the opportunity to work on things that we did wrong in those games, just capitalize off of it. So that's what helped us.
During those last couple of minutes where you guys were up 8 or 10 and they were able to come back and make it that 1-point game, just what were some of the breakdowns you feel like you guys had that y'all can learn from as y'all went back and watched the film?
I say definitely like miscommunication, turnovers in the full court. And we work on that stuff every day, so it's not nothing major. Just little things that we got to clean up. So next game, we'll learn from that game and then move on to the next.
What do you know about Oklahoma and just kind of the team y'all will be facing tomorrow?
They definitely got size. They big, physical. Can shoot the ball. So we're expecting it to be the same type of game, a dog fight. But we prepare for moments like this, so we'll be fine.